I think we said in the last panel, it's been a matter of getting rest, recuperating from a really exhausting shoot, 14, 15-hour days, 5.5 days a week, 6 days a week, and now it's about going forward and continuing to do work, and I know quite a few people are interested in writing, and I'll stop answering everyone's question.
No, that's good, Diddy, because we all answered this morning, and we all, like, no, I'm not saying, you know, but we all, yeah, there's no real hugely concrete answers from any of us, except for Kelson, who's becoming a movie star, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it for most of us.
Hey, this question is actually for Kelson. I'm a little late, so I don't know if somebody's already answered this. But which of your 3 characters do you like the most, or do you feel most attached to?
Okay. I thoroughly enjoyed them all. Norg was great because as soon as I get in that suit, everyone would give me hugs. I've never felt more loved than as Norg. But the setback was that by the end of the day, I would be sitting in a swimming pool in my own sweat. Boom was great fun. It was my first ever season, and it was all new. I was wide-eyed, and with the new producers coming on board, everything was new and exciting and fresh. And but Phineas personally was the most fun. I got away with more. The writers really let me have a field day with Phineas and try stuff out. The directors came to the party and went, "Yeah, have a go. What are you going to do?" And a lot of it made it on screen, which as an actor you get quite proud of. So I'd have to say Phineas.
Now, before I just wanted to ask, what else are you guys doing? Are you guys going into any other movies, TV shows, or anything like that? Or that's actually a general question.
Don't actually know yet. It's kind of a hard thing to answer. I mean, castings happen all the time. We don't actually have control of what we can have. It just happens.
Well, actually, I was talking more not necessarily Power Rangers, but something else, or
I think everyone's continuing to audition. So
you guys are still looking for stuff.
Yeah.
It's really difficult because the life of an actor is one where there is no real security. So even though you might do an incredible show like Power Rangers and your face may be on television for that week, the next week you may be out of a job, and you just have to deal with it. 90, 95, 98% of actors are out of work at any one time. That's just the reality of it. And when you go from Power Rangers as well, where you have that level of exposure, you don't necessarily want to talk about slightly smaller things that you may be doing, because there's always a pressure on actors to constantly be going forward and constantly doing something bigger and everything like that. So that's a difficult question to answer for an actor.
Yeah. Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
This question is actually for anyone of you, but before I ask it, I have to give a little backdrop. You see, I haven't really watched or even half of the show yet that has been played already. So I'm just going to ask you, taking away any.
Sorry, we really can't. I can't hear you.
Just in case you're out of that.
For those that have been shown already, that I just I would say 96% of those that are already been shown.
Yes, so have you seen the first half, or have you seen the second half, or just seen bits and pieces?
Not in the first half.
Not in the first
But
half.
I already know about Arden Pink and Samuel's pseudo bad guy.
The first 2 episodes we kind of met each other and kind of got together, and then got introduced to different personalities. Each of us being a different personality, and then what happened is we met Andrew Hartford and got introduced to the mansion. And what else? I don't think. What's the first jewel we found? Was it the Pirate Pink? I think that's. Have we found another jewel? Has another jewel been found?
The Toro Diamond.
The Toro Diamond. Is that the one in Turkey?
What are you trying to say?
In Turkey. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah.
Is it hard to stay focused when you have all these explosions going on, like near you?
No, not really. I mean, everything everything's done in takes, so different shots, there might be something happening where it's exploding. I mean, dialogue isn't really carried out over explosions, it's mainly done in different takes, so it's not really that distracting.
Like this?
Yeah, it's distracting.
I remember doing some stunts and having the explosions like sparks up and down. I used to be so scared because we'd have this little boundary and we had to fall on the ground and these sparks going around you. So that in itself, you were so concentrated on where you were standing, so you didn't fall forward or trip or something and fall onto the flames or whatever it was. I was so cautious of what was going on. So I think you're just so mindset of what you're doing.
It's pretty terrifying, that first stunt you do with those big explosions behind you, because those flames are actually there. They're not put in afterwards.
Very hot.
And they're enormous, like big plume of flame and smoke going into the sky, and you just feel the blast on the back of your head, like the heat. And so it's terrifying the first time you do it. It's nerve-wracking, and the way they lock down the set, it's obviously a big deal. It's
I love the little pep talks they give you beforehand too. I don't think it's screeny, but there is a point in time where Noel has a moment where some explosions go off near him, and I remember sitting there in my very furry Nork suit and just having explained again and again where the pyrotechnics were, and just little reminders on how to stop, drop and roll if I happen to catch fire. So I'm in a huge furry suit, and this man has for the third time just reminded me of what to do if I catch fire. What's he expecting to happen? So yeah, but it's been completely safe, It goes off and then you go, it's actually quite cool.
All right, guys, we actually have time for one more question. How difficult was it during some scenes to keep a straight face?
Sometimes very difficult.
And usually, what was the happy hour? We had a happy hour every day. It was like 4 o'clock.
I think we'd peak and then we'd start like crashing.
Yeah, so at 4 o'clock we'd all get the giggles and just laugh at everything.
Yeah, that we'd call it delirious hour.
Delirious
4 o'clock
hour.
always was slightly delirious. Yeah.
Dwayne, go ahead. Dwayne Cameron was really bad at making you laugh. He didn't care what you were doing. You could have the most emotional scene with your father, and he'd be handing it. It was really bad. But the hardest line for me was man law. Did you guys see that episode?
Oh, man law.
Yeah, with me and Gareth, then we had to go, man law. Look at that. How was that?
Let's try to do it now. Let go. Man law. It's actually really, really difficult. They wanted it exactly right, and me and James would just, I'd catch myself every time just looking at James. He makes me laugh looking at him. He's funny.
I hope they have a blooper reel or something, because there are some really funny moments when we just burst into laughter all the time. And my long words were really difficult. I'd have really sort of long spiel about what this computer did or whatever, and I would rarely get it right in one take.
Oftentimes as well, I think there's moments that have made into the show where, because you had a big group, it was easy to get away with a bit of laughter in the back of the group, and no one would notice it. Sometimes he'd be there behind, the other rangers just going, and then just go, yeah, cut, print, that'll be the take, and you're going, oh my god, they're going to see this in the rushes. I saw it in the take, but you're in the background, so keep an eye out for that stuff, because I'm sure it's there.
Alright, well, yes, we're going to get a picture, right now. Give them a big round of applause for us.